Hello, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another London Cheap Eat. Now, I haven't filmed one of these in over a year, so I thought I'd start off with something that I've heard is meant to be ridiculously amazing and good value for money, and that is Silk Road in Camberwell. So they specialise in spicy food, spicy cuisine from Shangang, and I am not very familiar with that type of regional Chinese food. I've always heard really good things about this place, and I know they're famous for their £1 lamb skewers, their chicken spicy noodles, which apparently is a massive portion you can share between 2 people, and also a bunch of other dishes. So the place gets very, very busy, so it's always advisable to book before you go. And the concept is that they are sharing tables, so you can get cozy up and bundle up with your fellow neighbours and just share a bunch of dishes. So I thought I'd take you along. I think it's going to be pretty busy, so I'm not sure how much I can vlog, and I don't know if I can do like a taste test as such, but I will vlog the food, and I will either do a voiceover about the food I've ordered and what I think about it, or I'll try my best to do a live voiceover while I'm there, but it just may be less of me eating, because I want to be respectful of people around me as well, especially if we're sharing a table. I don't want to be shoving a camera in the face as they're tucking into their lamb skewers. But I'm very, very excited. I'm so hungry, and I'm really glad that I am finally trying this place. I'm gonna stop talking and then let's head over. Oh, so this is the menu, and they do recommend you a suggested menu for 2 people if you are new here. There's also a chili rating as well, from number 1, slightly hot, hot and very hot. Here are a selection of the cold dishes. So we've got everything from the shredded salad, the shangang salad, cucumber salad, shredded kelp, garlic pork, spiced beef and ox tripe. Moving on to the hot dishes. Great if you're vegetarian, because we have a list of veggie dishes here. Everything from cabbage to hot and sour potato, Chinese leaves, Homestyle Cabbage, aubergine to pak choy. If you are a meat eater, we have some pork with black fungus, which I've heard great things about. Double cooked pork, chicken with green chili, beef with potato, lamb with spring onions and stir-fried chicken gizzards. This is the one that I always read about, the £1 lamb shish skewers. It's been dusted with cumin, it's spicy, and it's meant to be a must-eat. And also the big plate chicken, I've heard, is a very, very generous portion, and you can pick between a medium or a large portion, but it's definitely a sharing plate. And then moving on to the noodle dishes, we have some special cooked lamb noodles, luxury noodles, which has an egg fried on both sides, not just one side. Here is my favorite page, the dumplings page. So we've got lamb and onion, beef and onion, pork and celery, egg leek and shrimp or fried dumplings. Very, very reasonable, 10 pieces for £5. For people who want a cheeky beer or a glass of wine, beer is only £2.50, which is very, very good for London prices. First up, we have some Homestyle Cabbage. This is stir-fried cabbage with preserved chili. Next up, we have the ox tripe, and this has been seasoned with some Sichuan pepper oil, chili, and some garlic. Cold dish up next, we have the cucumber salad, and this has been seasoned with some Chinese vinegar, some Sichuan pepper oil, chili, and garlic. And here we have the hot and sour potato salad. So we've got some julienne potato with some Chinese vinegar and some chilies. Oh! Over here, there are a few different dumpling options. This one is 10 pieces of the lamb and onion dumplings. This isn't going to blow you away, but it's very much like home style nostalgic cooking, so it tastes like the comforts from home. The lamb is juicy, so as soon as you bite into it, you can actually taste some of the soup inside as well. And the onion is very, very thinly mixed into the lamb as well. The lamb isn't dry, it's very, very tender, it's juicy, and it just tastes like a good dumpling from home. And finally, the lamb skewers, the famous lamb skewers at £1. They look delicious, been dusted with some cumin, some garlic, some chili. We're ready. This is a very traditional street snack over in Shangang, and this is chunks of lamb and fat roasted over charcoal. It's been seasoned with cumin and salt and chili. Each skewer you have about 5 chunks of lamb. You've got some fatty bits. There is a strong taste of cumin throughout. It is oily, it is fatty, so it's not the most healthy of dishes, but it is packed full of flavour, and it is very good for the soul. It is slightly spicy when you have it, but it's definitely a spice that slowly builds up, so the more you eat, the more it kind of builds up in your mouth, and you can really feel it at the top of the roof of your mouth. You can feel it over your lips. It's tingling, it's great, it's flavorful, and it's only £1 a skewer, which is such a bargain. This is the ox tripe, and it's a cold dish. We've got some shredded ox tripe here. It's served thinly sliced.
seasoned with some Sichuan pepper oil, chili and salt. You can definitely taste the salt. The ox tripe is served springy, so it's pretty addictive to eat, and the heat really slowly builds up as well. It's a little slight tangy flavour to it when you first have it, so it's definitely a good entry dish into the more heavier ones with the noodles and the skewers. But if you're into tripe, you would like this. I think it'd be very, very good with things like beer as well to serve alongside that. But I actually quite like tripe when it's served in bigger chunks rather than thinly slices, but that's just my personal preference, but this is a good one. I like it. Okay, this is the big signature dish. It's the most popular dish in Sungyeong, and it's the big plate chicken, and it is a very, very big plate. In comparison, this is my finger compared, if that helps at all. But this is actually very good value. It's £15, and it's served with some chicken in bone. We've got some potatoes in the broth as well, some thick belt-style noodles which are made on site. We've also got some green chilies, and it just looks so comforting. I mean, look at it. The broth looks like it's soaked in all of the flavor as well. It's a little darker broth, so I think the chicken's been cooked in it, and I absolutely love it when they have potatoes in broth, because I love it when it soaks up all of the juices and their flavors. Oh, so good. There's an option of adding £2 extra for another portion of noodles if yours isn't enough. Oh, the chicken is so tender. It literally just melts in your mouth as you eat it. These noodles are very, very thick. They're good to eat, they're springy, not dry, handmade on site, and the broth is so full of flavor as well. It's got all the flavor from the chicken, we've got some green chilies in there, some garlic, some spring onion. Oh, delish. To put into context, this is one strand of noodle and it's filled the entire bowl. Look at how wide it is. Oh. Okay, this portion of the table has been eaten, defeated, conquered. Very, very full now, but actually very surprisingly easy to eat, because a lot of the cold dishes in particular are seasoned with Chinese vinegar, so I always feel like that really, really helps to lift your appetite. The lamb skewers were by far my most favorite things, and I'm going to order some more lamb skewers now. I want that to be the last thing I eat before I leave. I am so full. All of that came to £61.50, and that's for 7 dishes, including that big plate of chicken, 3 beers, 2 Diet Cokes. Such good value. The Uber is here now, but I would highly, highly recommend that spot. Wait, let me carry on in the Uber. Thank you! You're so good and delicious! As I was saying, it's very, very good value for money, especially for the quality of the food as well. My absolute favourite is the lamb skewer. Believe the hype at £1 a skewer. It's so full of flavour. It is fatty, but it's also very, very good, especially at the price point that it is. And I can imagine it being so good if you've had a few beers afterwards or the day after. But very, very good. That and the big plate of chicken noodles. The chicken was tender, fell off the bone. The broth was great, full of flavour. The Homestyle Cabbage was also very, very good. The flavours were there. It was slightly tangy, spicy. The spice builds up. And all in all, a very, very satisfying meal and a great contender for London cheap eats. So if you are outside of this area, it's within the Camberwell, Peckham area, it's definitely worth the trek. But it's a bit of a trek for me to come down to, but I'd 100% do it again, and it's a good spot to take people if they're coming to London for the first time and they just want a really good cheap eat authentic spot. So that ends the video for today. If you did enjoy it, please give it a big thumbs up to share with like-minded people and foodies, and if you are new here, then welcome to the channel. Consider subscribing for more food, lifestyle and travel videos, and I shall see you in the next one. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye!